I spent the early morning hunting down some of the rare mushrooms I'd used in my spells, and then I grabbed lunch. Next, it was time to begin serious work on my project, or at least start talking to people other than village merchants. Then it hit me, I already knew the best way to advance my research. Since I was a magician and hoped to be an immortal magician, I should ask an immortal magician about the process. Conveniently, I happened to know an immortal magician, Alice Margatrode. She told me she had been human once, long before she'd taken up her hobby of producing an inordinate, I think that's how I said, amount of dolls. Or perhaps that was something she'd done even while she was mortal. Anyway, we met at a young age, but she'd been a yokai even then, so I have no idea how she changed. Still, I figured she was definitely the best person to ask about the process. I'd headed down the familiar path to Alice's house. We were neighbors in that we both lived in the forest, so it wasn't that far. When I got there, I knocked a couple of times on the door. There wasn't any response. After a bit, I just opened the door. It wasn't locked. I suppose she usually relied on her dolls to alert her and to deter unwanted intruders. So I just noticed that there's this quick save. So let's save. Okay, use that. Previous text. Wait. Alright, so it functions the same way as busy person. So you got previous text, but obviously since it's voice actors, you can't really press any dialogue for you to pop up. But it's it's convenient. Oh crap! I'm gonna see. No, I'm good. Okay, so it's convenient you can have that just in case you miss it out. Let's return. Anything else I should note? Hide window. So, am I gonna be able to continue? All right. So you can continue. I guess just in case you want to say like the background or hell, this actually could help me because let's just say I want to hide the window, right? I could just take a print screen, touch it up or whatever on GIMP. There you go, thumbnail. GG, well played, right? That's I like that, but we'll see. So anyway, that's that, and I just want to see this is everything that's I could check at the moment. So let's continue on. Either that or she just forgotten. Oh well, that meant I didn't have to pick the lock. Of course. Sure enough, there were two dolls lying inert next to the door. Padding over to her workshop, I found Alice. She was fast asleep, slumped over what looked like a really big doll. What in the world did she need an absurdly large doll for? Whatever its purpose, it couldn't be peaceful. What else would it need giant swords like that? For that matter, how was it going to get outside? So I'm assuming it's talking about the Goliath doll, if it's the case, and if that scenario is the case to be, then it could be placed before Hiso Tensoko, because obviously it takes place after at least Scarlet Weather, because we just talked about Tenshi. So maybe it's plotted in the middle, timeline wise. We'll see. That did explain why she didn't answer the door, though she probably stayed up all night working on it. Knowing Alice, she'd probably be out cold for the next few hours. She always seemed to sleep very soundly. Now that I was curious about the doll, I guess I just helped myself to her notes. Still, I should probably prioritize the immortality research first. With that thought, I worked my way over to her library. Naturally, there were tons of books on just about anything magical there. Alice collected magical books with almost as much vigor as I collected, well, everything. This being Alice, the majority of them had to do with remote manipulation of objects, the telekinesis phenomenon, poltergeist and their kin, puppy? I'm assuming it's different language on this point. And puppy handwork undum natural. You know what? Give up. I'm not even a ball at this point. Screw it. And so on. Of course, I needed something different, which meant I needed to search harder than normal. Let's see. Magical Detonation Arcaning. The Abridged Necronomicon, Gensokyo Chronicle Volume 2. Actually, it'd be interesting to read some of Q's previous works. I snagged the Gensokyo Chronicle and put it into my apron. Mushrooms and their uses. Horror elixir, fact or fiction. Diary? Wait, diary? That couldn't possibly be what I thought it was, right? I gotta check this out, man. Let's check this diary. The good question is how the save is gonna work. So we have a quick save. The question is how far the save can take us back, or we're gonna have to like replay the entire thing, get some of these multiple choices. So let's see. This is too interesting. Investigate the diary. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. There was a partially hidden shelf that I haven't seen before, but I had to take a look at this book. I pulled the diary off the shelf. Sure enough, as I opened it, the inside cover had the words Alice Magiftw written on it in a flowery script. Flowery script? Everything I'd ever seen Alice write was neat and exact. Part of the everything is calculated image. Then again, I hadn't seen her personal writings before, and her dolls were pretty cute. However, it seemed completely out of character for her to dot the I in Alice with a flower. That was just odd. That is odd. Not as odd as Busy Person Alice, but yeah, still odd. Maybe she had written this when she was younger? I'd hope so. Anyway, I'd wondered what she's had to say about me. And what do you think you're doing, Marissa? Uh-oh, she woke up. She never wakes up that fast. Why'd my luck run out of this time? Alice dashed into the library with a small cadre of dolls in tow. Marissa, how many times have I told you to knock before coming in? I quickly shoved the diary behind my back. Oh, hi Alice, I was hoping to borrow. Borrow? You mean steal? You'll get it back eventually. And what's that behind your back? What in the world could you be talking about? Shanghai, please retrieve the item. Before I could react, one of the dolls flew towards me at Alice's command and wrestled the diary out from behind my back. This is... Marissa, you fool! I felt the flow of magic in the area shift before I even saw the magical sign form around Alice's hand. The thin lines of magic to several of her dolls strengthened, and then I could sense Alice scattering magical runes around the room. Wow, don't remember you being this cranky when you wake up. Maybe you should go back to sleep. Darkness sign, foggy London dolls. The air quickly filled with thick haze of bullets spewed off from the various dolls that had now scattered around the room. It became difficult to see Alice through the haze. Now, before I comment on anything else, we'll continue. Okay, you want to blast Marissa. Okay, that's fine. She looked at your shit, and you know, the private shit isn't something you want other people to say. But ain't this your house? And popping Tamaku, I'm assuming it would damage your stuff, unless your Tamaku somehow didn't, which, the magic, that's the reason, yeah. I'm just saying, probably not the best idea to pop Tamaku in a small room. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, this was the Gensokyo way, and pretty common for a visit to Alice's place. It was time to show her who was the strongest magician again. Magic sign, Milky Way. Stars flew out from my body, clearing Alice's thick Tamaku out of the way. Now, one thing I do want to note is that I like that, I'm just going to turn this down a little bit, just because it is pretty damn loud at my end. Okay, so back to, oh, shit. Alright, I wasn't meant to press that, but anyway. Well, I was going to say that I did like the fact that for each spell card, they did, the artist drew specific, like, you know, the artwork related, what the spell cards looked like, right? So that's cool for those who may not know the spell cards, you know, to get a visual idea of what it looks like, okay? So, I mean, that's pretty cool on that end. No, I wish I didn't pressed out of that, but, you know, whatever. Of course, by now, she had already moved out of the library to get a better place to fight. I could see the front door still closing from her retreat. This was fine with me. Outside, we can use our flashy spells without worrying about breaking something useful.